Bye-bye. All Nippon 648, heavy, runway 34 right, clear to land. Banging, that's how we do it. Big fan of that. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Tower Simulator 3. Today we're going back through another airport that I've played quite recently, a few episodes ago. Actually, no, I don't know when the last time I played this one was. Anyway, it's Tokyo Haneda Airport, or Haneda, however you want to say it. It is RJTT, and it's actually one of my favourite airports in the game. You see a really cool mix of airlines here, and it's very, very busy at the same time. A bit difficult in places as well. I think down what I tend to see as the left-hand side of the airfield, where all the Japan Airlines stuff pushes back from. There's a few little there's a few places in there that are like little sort of cul-de-sacs that they go into. It's hard to describe. You'll notice as well there's a new option on the menu as well. You can have a schedule preload, so you can choose how long you want the schedule to be sort of prepared for. I'm only going to do about 45 minutes here, so I'm going to do 1 hour, and we're going to be using the Energist Design airplane set and database. And in terms of the time though, we're going to go for a bit of a sunset time, and look, you can do it for every 10 minutes now as well, which is really cool, instead of every hour, so you get a little bit more customization like that, and obviously you can just slide it as well if you want it a bit quicker. Let's do 10 to 7, shall we, in the evening. We'll have it cloudy weather, or can we have, yeah, light cloud. And I think in terms of runways, I never remember from one airport to the next. We're going to record this on the 7th of November, so we'll play on the 7th of November, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun in Tokyo. Oh, and it's already nighttime, so we're not even getting a sunset sort of setting here. So, let's see. Skymark, that is, that's just called up. And we've got 4 runways. Let's turn the airport lights on, shall we? We want things on... Oh, I've also got no wind, so we'll have... I'll tell you what, let's have arrivals on 3-4 right and 3-4 left. Let's really spice this up, shall we? Let's get a bunch of arrivals in on those 2 runways, coming that way. And let's get some people pushing back. Let's just check cameras. So F7 is up here. Wow, it's pretty. Look at the nav lights now. They really do light up the aircraft a lot more. That's really, really cool, isn't it? Oh, excuse me. From what I remember, it was a little bit further down the airfield, or am I just being thick? I can't remember. Has it always been right in the middle? In the past, I remember being here for some reason. Maybe I'm just being daft. Oh, well. We've got that. We've got F8 looking down this way. Look how cool that looks, man. Then we've got F9 down here. We're going to need this on the opposite end now because we're using this runway, but the other direction. So we'll shift on down, bear with. We'll set a camera here. That's going to be the F9 camera. And then F10... Yeah, that was looking at the arrivals over on runway 22, wasn't it? So we'll maybe have the F10 camera just up at the other end of the airfield, sort of overlooking things like this, shall we? Let's go for that. I must say as well, the frame rate has been considerably better already, which is nice to see. We'll get the F10 camera looking over this lot here, shall we? Okay, let's have a look at some planes then. So we've got whatever this is here. That is ANA. It's a Boeing 737. And they are ready to go very, very shortly. They're ready to push back. We've also got Skymark somewhere as well. There's a few aircraft with beacon lights on. It's nice that they've updated the navigation lights to be brighter like that. I think that's come as part of the recent update. What's AKX45? That's Alpha Wing. Alpha Wing 455. Pushback approved. Expect runway 34 right. And then we'll get the ones on this side on 34 left. Skymark 727. Pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. And in terms of arrivals, yes, we have... Ah, that's cool. So when they're coming in now, they're no longer white all the way in. They're grey until you can control them. That's really cool. That makes life a lot easier for me. So F7 up here is our camera above the tower, and it looks mighty, mighty fine. Look at that Airdo 767. Awesome. There's all the All Nippon Airways stuff down there. A lot of 787s, 777s as well. This is the Japan Airlines side of things. You've got the A350. There's the One World livery as well, which I just clocked earlier. A few Embraers. I like a Japan Airlines 737, you know. I think part of me wants to fly that when I go on Microsoft Flight Simulator with it. We've got 787s, a 777 there. I love a Japan Airlines 777. They're very, very classy looking thing. And there's the Skymark 73 that is currently pushing back. We also have the international terminal over here. Is there anything to look at? There's an Air China A321. Someone else calling up there in the background that I didn't quite clock. We've got Delta A350 and an Air Canada 777. So, who is that down there? SFJ, what are you? Starflyer. Starflyer 87, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. Now we know we're not going to be using that bottom part of the airfield, so I can move that screen down that way a little bit. Who's that on arrival? Okay, Japan 240, Boeing 737. That's good as well. We can't control them yet, but it shows you that they will be coming. That's really good. Okay, Alpha Wing 455. That's going to be... Is that Charlie 234? Yeah, let's get them on at Charlie 2. Alpha Wing 455, runway 34 right at Charlie 2 via Charlie. Yes, big fan, because that means they'll be joining on here. You can see by the blue arrows, actually. It's nice to have that 3D UI on, you know. Sometimes I remove it for realism, but it's very, very useful to have it at an airport like this that's busy. Okay, our first heavy, ready to get going. Japan Air 331 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. Skymark 727, runway 34 left at Alpha 2 via Alpha. Okay. Alpha 3 and Alpha 4 probably make more sense. Skymark 727, runway 34 left at Alpha 3 via Alpha. There we go. Cool. Big fan of that. So we've got Charlie 2, Charlie 3, Alpha 3, Alpha 4. Not the easiest thing to remember in the world, but we'll do it. Wow, you are storming in, aren't you? Okay. Japan Air 240, runway 34 left, clear to land. We'll give you landing clearance, get you in. Shall we? There goes the All Nippon Airways 737. I do like some night ops now we get those nav lights. I'm going to carry on going on and on about that, but look at it. Look at how cool that looks, man. That's well pretty, isn't it? Really, really pretty. Anyway, you've got to love it. Oh, tower. Oh, Air France 274 Heavy, what are you? That's a Boeing 777. So that, if I click it, will probably be going over here. Watch, ready? If I click it... Oh, there. Nearly. Starflyer 87, runway 34 left at Alpha 4 via Alpha. Why have you done that?
Runway 34 left at Alpha 4 via Alpha.
Because it's all Alpha. Starflyer 87, runway 34 left at Alpha 4. They should just go in a straight line now.
Runway
no.
34 left at Alpha 4. Starflyer 87.
That's very strange, isn't it? How odd. They really don't like that, do they? How strange. We've got two arrivals coming in quite close together. Oh, Japan Air 149er. We need to go up here for this and have a look. That's this one, wanting push and start. That's the heavy that's pushed back, so the Airbus A350. We'll get them on Alpha as soon as possible. Starflyer is going to be lined up over there in just a sec. I do need to really put a camera over this side. On 3-4 left, don't I? Because why wouldn't I have a camera over here? I'm going to put the F10 camera on this side. Let's get it over there very quickly. Because we have arrivals and stuff coming in here too. We'll pop it here for now. F10. So we've got F9 on this one, F10 on this one, F8 just sort of, I don't know, doesn't really overlook the airport well enough, does it? I think maybe we go on this side here and just look at this. I don't know. It's a bit more of a generic camera now, F8 for me. Okay, let's jump inside. Oh, we've got a little bit of shenanigans going on there. They're a bit close together, aren't they? For some reason they've turned on to Alpha 5, so they don't really like going on at Alpha 4 by the look of it. For some reason they chose to go on that sort of wiggly taxiway. Japan Air 331 Heavy, runway 34 left via Alpha. Air France 274 Heavy, runway 34 left, cleared to land. Alpha Wing 455, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff. Upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Japan Air 149er, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. We've got an arrival on the right. AJX Air Japan. How is that different? There is the All Nippon... Oh, I keep doing that, don't I? You can't press Alt and Shift at the same time because it changes the language on your keyboard, and when you've got this game, you've got to have two languages. The lighting looks really nice at night now. We've really worked on that. I wasn't even aware there was an update coming. To be fair, I opened up FeelThere portal this morning, and it said there was an update. Japan Air 240 has just touched down. It's a 737. Starflyer is going to be the first one out of here. Got Air France on arrival. And then we have Air Japan 860 Heavy. Air Japan 860 Heavy, runway 34 right, clear to land. You are welcome in. SNJ, what are you? New Sky. New Sky 25, pushback approved, expect runway 34 right. Japan Air 240, taxi to ramp. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Let's see if we can get Air France arriving, and we'll tell Starflyer 87, runway 34 left, line up behind next landing aircraft. Again, this is something that I explained in the previous video where I spoke about using the tag system instead of actually saying any commands. It's the fact that you've got the visual tags in front of you, so when you're down here on the ground you can look at the aircraft and you can see what they are and talk about them straight off the bat. Like this, like Alpha Wing there. Alpha Wing 683 standby. We'll get them to stand by because if we look at them, they're right next to the New Sky machine, so we don't really want them to be pushing back into them. Okay, Japan Air 149, runway 34 left at Alpha 3 via Alpha. Good stuff.
Runway 34 left at Alpha 3.
Okay, so we've got them in. Air France should be anywhere here now. Here they are, touching down in their Boeing 777. Again, I like an Air France 777. Once I get the PMDG 777, I'll probably be doing some flights in that thing. Big heavy. And then Starflyer should now get moving. Yep, they're going to line up. Let's just check our arrivals. Okay, it's all on the right-hand runway for a little bit now, so we'll get some aircraft lined up. Japan Air 331 Heavy, runway 34 left, line up and wait. Air France should go off to the left.
Runway 34 left.
I believe so.
Japan Air 331 Heavy.
Japan Air 697, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. New Sky 25, runway 34 right at Charlie 3 via Charlie. Cool. So we've got 331 Heavy lining up, just because they're going to go straight out after Starflyer. You do often see that you'll get a sort of narrow body lined up, and then further down the runway you'll have a heavy. That happens a lot at Manchester. Air France 274 Heavy, taxi to ramp via Papa. Oh, that's a long way. Air France 274 Heavy, taxi to ramp. Alpha Wing 683, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 right. Starflyer 87, runway 34 left. Cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Off they go. Got Alpha Wing 617 over there. Ready for pushback. They're in a safe position. Alpha Wing 617, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 right. This is great. I really like this. There's the Japanese A350. She's ready to go. Ready to go. Who is? Oh, someone's on 34 left. We've got an arrival on 34 right. So this is Air Japan. So I'm not quite sure. Is this just all Nippon Airways? I don't understand why it's different. Yeah, it's all Nippon Airways rather than Air Japan. Or Japan Airlines. How weird. That's really strange, isn't it? Okay, got quite a lot going on here, haven't we? Okay, so Air Japan 962 is going to be the next one. Air Japan 962. Oh no, it's all Nippon. What? All Nippon 962 Heavy, runway 34 right, cleared to land. Japan Air 331 Heavy, runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Japan Air 697, runway 34 left at Alpha 4 via Alpha. See, they'll do it that way.
Runway
So maybe stuff from down here we get on Alpha 3.
On 906 too heavy.
I don't know.
Runway 34 left. Clear it for takeoff. On reaching altitude.
All Nippon
1000.
700
Japan Air 331
is the
heavy.
next one coming in.
Runway 34 left at Alpha
There
4.
goes 331 Heavy
Japan Air 697.
on their way out.
Ground, Alpha Wing 683 ready to taxi.
And there's All Nippon 962 Heavy coming in on the other side. Do we have time to get one out? Yeah, I'd say so. Once 331 Heavy is off the ground, we can get Skymark 727 out of here, I reckon. Skymark 727, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Alpha Wing 683, runway 34 right at Charlie 3 via Charlie. Alpha Wing 617, runway 34 right at Charlie 2 via Charlie. See them start to taxi in unison. We've got Air Japan going into here. We need to wait for a second. And then down on here, they're lining up Skymark to get going. We've got an arrival, so they need to hurry up. But that's fine, we can deal with that. We won't give them clearance just yet. I'll be a good boy, I'll play it properly. Japan Air 527, where are you? 527 Heavy, is that the 777? Yes it is, it's the 777 ready to go, nice. Japan Air 527 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. What are we like for arrivals on the right hand runway?
Pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. Japan Air 527
New Sky 25. Runway 34 right, line up and wait. Air Japan 860 Heavy, taxi to ramp. They've literally just got to go in a straight line. Line up and wet. It's not raining, love. There's New Sky. Lining up on the runway from Charlie 3. We need to clear that arrival on the other runway very quickly. All Nippon 700 Heavy, runway 34 left, cleared to land. Late landing clearance, but that's fine. We've all had one before, haven't we? What's that? Oh, right, that's when they've gone to departure. They go light blue. That's cool. So that one should do it any second now, really, because they're just going out of airspace. They're just getting to 1,000 feet. Watch. Boom. That's cool. I am a big fan of that. Very big fan of that. So, Japan Air 697 can line up. Japan Air 697, runway 34 left, line up behind next landing aircraft. New Sky 25, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. All Nippon 962 Heavy, taxi to ramp via Echo. Brilliant. That's gone well, hasn't it? So who's on the ground? 962 is on the ground. Okay. Who've we got then? So they're literally taking off now. Starflyer 87 hasn't seemingly gone to... They have gone to departure, but their tag still shows in the air. That's an interesting one. Did not know that. Who've we got an arrival? Japan Air 324, runway 34 right, clear to land. And then we'll say Alpha Wing 617, runway 34 right, line up behind next landing aircraft. Japan Air 499, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left.
Runway 34 right, line up behind next landing aircraft.
Okay, so down here, yep, I was going to say 697 should line up next. And then we'll say Japan Air 149er, runway 34 left, line up behind next landing aircraft. Where has the ambience gone?
Runway 34 left, line up behind next
I thought I'd done something wrong then. I thought it would suddenly gone, nope, you've had a warning. So 149er lines up behind next landing aircraft. I was just making sure they weren't moving then. I was really scared. Come on. All Nippon, get off the runway, because we've got an arrival coming in soon. What's JLJ? Oh, 697... Oh, isn't taking off. That was weird. They just sort of sped up. Japan Air 697, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. They should really put their landing lights on as they get onto the runway. But okay. What's 696? J-Air. God, there's Air Japan, Japan Air, and now J-Air. Jesus. J-Air 696, runway 34 left, cleared to land. And then we've told the other one to line up behind next landing aircraft. Okay. All Nippon 700 Heavy, taxi to ramp via Juliet Echo. Airdo 35 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 right. That's the
Taxi to ramp
767 down there.
Echo. All Nippon 700 Heavy.
There goes our departure.
Pushback approved, expect runway 34 right. Air to 35 heavy. Tower, all Nippon 74 heavy on final 34 right.
Okay, these guys are ready to taxi.
Ready to taxi.
Yep. Japan Air 499er, runway 34 left at Alpha 4 via Alpha. Japan Air 527 Heavy, runway 34 left via Alpha. And then one of these should line up behind next landing aircraft, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Alpha Wing. Good. Japan Air 324 on its way in. Don't know where the ambience has gone, but hopefully that comes back. Adds quite a lot of, well, ambience, funnily enough. All Nippon 74 Heavy is on its way in. Oh, we've got All Nippon 77 Heavy ready for pushback now. That's not going to work just yet. Yep, there he is. All Nippon 77 Heavy standby. Japan Air 149er should be lining up behind next landing aircraft. Probably had time to get him out, to be honest with you, but that's alright. Alpha Wing 617, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Runway 34 right.
There they are.
On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Alpha Wing 617.
And away they go. Growling away with their CFM 56 engines on the 737-3800. Japan Air 324, taxi to ramp via Hotel. I couldn't remember what that one was. It's fine, Hotel Whiskey. Airdo 35 Heavy, runway 34 right at Charlie 2 via Charlie. Alpha Wing 683, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. All Nippon 77 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 right. What are we looking like in terms of landing clearances? Have we got everyone cleared? No, neither of them. Have we got 324 on the ground yet? Yes, we do. We also have 696 coming in on the ground now as well. There they are. What's J-Air then? So that's also... Is that like regional? They should line up now. Yep, 149 is lining up. Look at the size of a 777 compared to a 737. It is monstrous. I'm really excited to fly the 777 on Microsoft Flight Simulator, but that will come in time. It will come in time. All Nippon 59er Heavy is ready down there. 39er Heavy, sorry. Airdo is just going past them now. Where's that one taxiing? Okay, they're taxiing in there, so we're going to wait. Actually, no, they should be all right. All Nippon 39er Heavy, pushback approved, facing north. So we're going to get them facing that way. Uh-oh. No. All Nippon 39er Heavy, pushback approved, facing south.
Negative.
Yep.
I am not at terminal.
Yeah.
All Nippon 39er Heavy.
Oh, no, they might be all right to go that way. I forgot. They might be all right to go through there. Oh, good lord.
Ground. New Sky 19.
Japan Air 149er, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. All Nippon 74 Heavy, runway 34 right, cleared to land. Japan Air 527 Heavy, runway 34 left, line up and wait. Japan Air 499er, runway 34 left, line up and wait. 3 aircraft on the runway at once. Am I brave? Maybe just stupid. JR 696, taxi to ramp. Okay. All Nippon 77 Heavy, runway 34 right via Charlie. That's nice. I like that. New Sky 19er, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 right. What are you doing? Why are you going so painfully slowly? They're going to have to wait for All Nippon 39er Heavy, which should be able to go in just a sec.
All Nippon 77 heavy.
Japan Air 614 is coming in on 3-4 right as well.
New Sky 19er.
There's our
Ground.
latest
All
arrival.
Nippon 77 heavy ready to taxi.
7-4 heavy. Is that a
Japan Air
777?
484 on final
Yes,
3-4
200.
right.
Japan Air 614, runway 34 right, clear to land. That's another clearance
Runway
to
34
land.
right, clear to land.
More All Nippon
Japan Air
here,
614.
wanting pushback. Oh, it's a little bit messy round there. Little bit messy around here, so I'm going to wait for
All
this.
Nippon 569 are heavy with information Foxtrot.
Right, let's figure this out by looking at this. So they're going to go. All Nippon 39er heavy, runway 34 right at Charlie 2 via Charlie. Where are you wanting to go? Because they are going in there. And that one is going past there. Was there another one coming in? I don't think there was there? Where do you want to go? Okay, that's good. All Nippon 74 heavy, taxi to ramp. Yeah, you're going to go right there, aren't you? Cool. So then this one needs to push back. That one's going to go down there. That's New Sky 19er. They're going to be ready any second when that tug disappears. All Nippon 569er heavy, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 right. We've got a lot of aircraft lined up on this left-hand runway, so we need to get them moving. Japan Air 499er, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Skymark 309er, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. New Sky 19er, runway 34 right at Charlie 3 via Charlie. They can hear 499er powering up. Bye-bye. Okay, this is going well, I'd say. There you go, I've said it. Jinxed it. Japan Air 484 is the next one without clearance, then 634 heavy. Japan Air 4... No, let's not do it yet.
New Sky 19er.
Okay.
Japan Air 634 heavy on final 34 left.
So All Nippon 569er is pushing back. They're on their way in. They're on their way out. We've got a few aircraft now. Well, that's an arrival. There's another one coming in. And then we'll get Air Due to line up. Air Due 35 heavy, runway 34 right, line up behind next landing aircraft. And hopefully there should be decent clearance there.
Line up behind next landing aircraft. Air Due 35 heavy.
Japan Air 527 heavy, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Off you go, love.
Runway 34 left.
And your 777.
On reaching altitude 1000.
Big whopper.
Contact departure. Japan Air 527 heavy.
I'm enjoying this. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. It's not bonkers busy, but it's busy enough to be interesting. All Nippon 77 heavy are going right to the end. And Air Due is going to be the next one to line up. We've got a few heavies on their way out now, actually. All Nippon 569er heavy from down here will be ready to go any second. All Nippon 569er heavy, runway 34 right via Charlie. Get them all the way down the end. Skymark 309er, runway 34 left at Alpha 4 via Alpha. Cool, they're only going in there. J Air 297, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. Japan Air 614, taxi to ramp via Juliet. So go around that way. Nice.
Runway 34 left.
Okay.
Alpha 4 via Alpha.
Japan Air 484, runway 34 right, clear to land.
309er.
Japan Air 634 heavy, runway 34 left, clear to land. They're the latest two that are cleared.
Pushback approved.
That one's on the
Expect
ground, that
runway
one's
34
gone.
left.
Okay, I'm feeling good about this.
Taxi to ramp.
Thoroughly enjoying this. There's Skymark. It's very quiet in terms of aircraft on the ground, actually.
Clear to land.
A lot of it seems to have gone out and will be coming in as the evening goes on. Got a lot of nav lights, though, so they're aircraft that may be ready to go in the near future.
Ground. Ski Mark 309er
Because
ready
you
to
have,
taxi.
once basically you're in the aircraft, you have nav and
Japan
logo
Air
light on.
520 on final
That's
34
beacon light
right.
as well, because I was going to say they're ready to go. It's almost like you scripted it, isn't it? It's incredible. So there's an arrival.
Ground.
Japan Air 484. Oh, it looked like it was on fire there.
Requesting push and start.
That's just the blur effect of the nav lights on the grass. And then over there, we should have Air Due lining up. We
Ground.
do. It's
Sky
fantastic,
65
isn't it?
with information Foxtrot.
So once they're off the
Requesting
runway,
push and start.
we can get Air Due to get shimmying. They're pretty much lining up now, ready to go in there, 767. It's really weird that it's quiet. I'm not sure where the ambience has gone. I might just pause the game and then hopefully... No? Don't know. The ambience is just gone. We've got the aircraft noises, but that's it. This is J-Air. Let's just push back. In their Embraer, we've got a 787 ready to go as well for Japan Airlines. New Sky 65, pushback approved, expect runway 34 right. Airdo 35 heavy, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Japan Air 484, taxi to ramp via Juliet. They're going around the same side as 614. Japan Air 520 is not coming in yet. All Nippon 77 heavy, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Okay, we need to get J-Air out of the way of 139 heavy. All Nippon 39 heavy, runway 34 right, line up behind next landing aircraft. And then we'll, check this side. Japan Air heavy is on its way in. It's very quiet on this 3-4 left side of the airfield. Is J-Air ready to taxi? Yes, they are, because there's the tug on its way back in. J-Air 297, runway 34 left at Alpha 4 via Alpha. They should want to come down here. Yep, cool. Let's actually watch this arrival. Japan Airlines 634 heavy, I should say. 767. Interesting that there are so many 767s still in use actually over in Japan. A lot of airlines over here in Europe and in the UK have started to sack theirs off. There's All Nippon 77 heavy, 777-200. Japan Air 520, runway 34 right, clear to land. And then they will line up behind next landing aircraft, I believe. And we get New Sky out of here. Japan Air 139 heavy, pushback approved, expect a runway 34 left. What are we looking like on the left-hand runway? Clear. Skymark 309, a runway 34 left, line up and wait. Oh, actually. Skymark 309, a runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. New Sky 65, runway 34 right at Charlie 3 via Charlie. Japan Air 139 heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. I think I've already told them to push back.
Runway 34 left, line up and wait. Ski mark
They are already moving, yeah. Japan Air 615, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. Japan Air 634 heavy, taxi to ramp via Whiskey. Why are you going all the way up there? You confuse me. Okay. We need clearances for people. They're cleared. 438 is not cleared yet. That's all good. Yeah, I know. I thought not. You're already pushing, aren't you? Got 137 heavy ready to go as well. It's another 787 next to them. Skymark 309, it seems to be going very slowly, even though that's a takeoff roll. Odd. Who was that? 34 right? 98 heavy. What are you? 7879 and 438 is a 737. We should have aircraft lining up now. All Nippon should line up. Yep. This is all very good. Look at it. Look at the departures on their way out. It's all very cool, calm, and collected, isn't it? Okay. So All Nippon 39 heavy will be the next aircraft to get clearance to go out. We'll clear them to land prematurely. Japan Air 438, runway 34 right, clear to land. Let's get them done on here.
Japan Air 438.
Wait for 520 to get off the runway. They should move off to the left now. All Nippon 39 heavy, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Japan Air 139 heavy, runway 34 left at Alpha 4 via Alpha. J Air 297, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Got an out coming in that side. Japan Air 615, runway 34 left at Alpha 3. Air Canada 2 heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. What's that, Lima 3? Yeah. Cool. Okay. Japan Air 520, taxi to ramp via Juliet.
On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. J Air 2907.
I've got a bit of a difference in taxi routes there because 484 is only going down that side. They're all moving 137. I haven't pushed them back yet.
Taxi to ramp via Juliet. Japan Air 520. Ground, Japan Air 615.
438 is cleared, isn't it? Yeah.
Tower, Alpha Wing 638 on final 3-4 left.
Okay, cool. This is going well, I'd say. There's a departure. We can't really see it from this side of the desk.
Heavy with information, Foxtrot, requesting push
Japan Air 615 is getting up to the runway. Where are you going? Okay. Japan Air 137 Heavy, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. These should line up behind next landing aircraft, should they not?
Runway 34 left. Japan Air 137 Heavy.
New Sky 19er. I'm going to get them going in a sec.
Alpha Wing 799.
New Sky 19er, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
Runway 34 right. Line up and wait. New
Japan Air
Sky
98
19er.
Heavy is going to have to wait a second here. Well, I say wait, they're in the sky. You can't really do a lot about it. Japan Air 615, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. New Sky 19er, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Japan Air 438, taxi to ramp via Juliet.
Runway
And
34 left. Clear for
Japan Air
immediate
908
takeoff
Heavy,
on
runway
altitude
34 right, clear to
1000.
land.
Contact departure. Japan Air 615.
Runway 34
This is
right.
great. I really like
Clear
this
for
airport.
takeoff.
I like running it
Reaching
this way,
altitude
actually.
1000.
Really like running
Contact
it this way.
departure.
3-4
New
right and
Sky
3-4 left.
19er.
Big fan of that.
Taxi to ramp via Juliet. Japan Air
Wow, there's a
438.
lot of aircraft down here that
Runway
want
34 right,
to
clear
play.
land. Japan Air 908 Heavy.
Let's get some pushbacks on the go. Let's get the heavies out first. All Nippon 269er Heavy, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 right. All Nippon 669er Heavy, pushback approved, facing south. Just to make sure that they're facing the right way, because I was thinking they might go that way, they might go that way. We don't want any of that.
Pushback face south.
Bit close on the 3-4 right operations for a second there.
Japan Air 08
Alpha Wing
Heavy on
638,
final
runway
34
34 left, clear to land.
Runway 34 left. Clear to land. Alpha Wing 638.
Japan Air 139 Heavy, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Air Canada 2 Heavy, runway 34 left at Lima 3. Great.
Runway 34 left.
All Nippon 569 a Heavy, runway 34 the right, line up and wait.
Contact departure. Japan Air 139 a Heavy. Runway 34 left at Lima 3. Air Canada 2 Heavy.
Okay, 269er is pushed back. Japan Air 137 Heavy, runway 34 left via Alpha. Japan Air 639 a Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. I like this little operation that's going on down here. These two heavies both pushing back to face south.
Pushback approved. Expect runway
There's our arrival, Japan Air 908 Heavy.
Ground. Japan Air 137 Heavy ready to
There's our
taxi.
departure. There's 137 Heavy, 639 a Heavy.
ground.
Alpha
All
Wing
Nippon
638 coming
669
in.
Heavy with information Foxtrot. Requesting push and start.
They're pretty much off the runway now, so we can say All Nippon 569 a Heavy, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. They go green, off they go. Where are you going? All the way around here. Wow.
All Nippon 569 Heavy.
Japan Air 908 Heavy, taxi to ramp via Juliet. You've got a long old taxi ahead of you,
Taxi
sunshine.
to ramp via Juliet. Japan Air 908
I like looking around from up here, you know. I think this is well better.
269 Heavy ready to taxi.
Okay.
ground.
All Nippon
All
269 a Heavy, runway
ready to taxi.
34 right at Charlie 3. All Nippon 669 a Heavy, runway 34 right at Charlie 2. There we
Runway
go.
34 right at Charlie 3. All Nippon
699
Heavy.
Papa Heavy.
Runway 34
Is the
right
next one.
at Charlie 2. All Nippon 669 Heavy.
569 a Heavy's on its way out.
China Southern 308.
Oh, China Southern.
Left.
New Sky 65, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Get out of here. Japan Air 088 Heavy, runway 34 right, cleared to land. Alpha Wing 799 a pushback approved, expect runway 34 right. And then we'll wait a second for
Runway
Alpha
34 right.
All
Clear
Nippon
for
at
immediate
699
takeoff
Papa
upon
Heavy.
reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. New
Air
Sky
cleared.
65.
China Southern
Runway
3085. What are you?
Clear to
Airbus
land.
A321
Japan Air
Neo.
088 Heavy.
Fancy.
Pushback approved. Expect runway 34 right. Alpha wing 799.
Japan Air 639 Heavy. Runway 34 left at Alpha 3. Delta 296 Heavy. Pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left. I've left it close with that 34 right operation, haven't I? Or have I? Is it alright? I think it's okay. Headset's killing my head today. Alpha wings in. Okay, so what's that above Juliet? Kilo. Alpha wing 638, taxi to ramp via Kilo.
Taxi to ramp via Kilo. Alpha wing 638.
Yeah, get him around there. Cool. Big fan of that. All Nippon 699 a Papa Heavy. Pushback approved. Expect runway 34 right. Meant they're ready to go in the correct direction. What are we doing on this left runway? Let's get someone out, shall we? Japan Air 137 Heavy, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Get out of here. Go on. Off with you.
Clear for immediate takeoff.
Takeoff. We've got a takeoff.
Contact departure.
We love a
Japan
takeoff.
Air 137 Heavy.
Okay. Let's just check what else. Oh god, there's another one. Another one now. Alpha Wing 629 a Papa want to come in. Was that another? Yep, Japan Air 148 on their way in. There's a few departures there getting very close together, but that's not my problem. That's departures.
Alpha wing 799 are ready to taxi.
Here's Air Canada and their massive 777 right next to us. Look at the size of it. Papa. That's a big old boy, innit? China Southern 3085. Runway 34 left, cleared to land. I don't know why I said 30 rather than 30, so that's fine.
China Southern 3085.
We can deal with that. Right, let's get some departures out after this, shall we? Air Canada 2 Heavy, runway 34 left, line up behind next landing aircraft. Alpha Wing 629 Papa, pushback approved, facing north. We need to keep an eye on all this rubbish going on down here. 699 Papa needs to get going at some point soon.
Alpha wing 629 Papa.
Papa.
Delta 296 Heavy ready to taxi.
Not going to get 299 out. God, we've got 629, a 799, a 699 Papa, and 299. Flipping out. All Nippon 699 Papa Heavy, runway 34 right at Charlie 2. Alpha Wing 799, runway 2, no. Alpha Wing 799, runway 34 right at Charlie 3. Alpha Wing, yeah, Alpha Wing, shut your face. Japan Air's not cleared to land yet. They're down. I know. Delta 296 Heavy, runway 34 left at Lima 3. God, we've got another one ready for pushback. 649 now. God, they love a 6, a 2 and a 9, don't they? Flipping heck. We've got 2 aircraft sat waiting patiently for fish. If you know that reference, then I love you. We've got some arrivals coming in. Oh, let's get one of them out. All Nippon 269 a Heavy, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Japan Air 088 Heavy, taxi to ramp via Echo. Should be okay there. Okay. Alpha Wing 299er, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 right. All Nippon 649er Heavy, standby. Did I clear 148? Japan Air 148, runway 34 right, cleared to land. Flipping heck. China Southern should be in any second now. There it is. One of the best looking liveries in the world, China Southern. It's gorgeous. And then, yep, Air Canada should line up now. We've got no arrivals on 34 left. Then we'll get Japan Air 639er ready to go on this runway. They are departing. How far apart are these two coming in? 5 miles. No, I'm not going to try and force a departure in that time.
Alpha Wing 299er with information Foxtrot. Requesting push and start.
I'm not going to force it out. Alpha Wing 629er Papa, runway 34 right at Charlie 3. Are you only just pushing back now?
34 right at Charlie 3. Alpha Wing 629.
God, All Nippon 41 Heavy now wants to push back, but we can't do that because we've got them going past them, so we're going to wait. All Nippon 41 Heavy, standby. China Southern 3085, taxi to ramp. You choose your own route there.
Taxi to ramp. China Southern
They don't like that taxiway. Do they? Don't like that taxiway. Okay. Air Canada 2 Heavy, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Anyone else coming in? No, let's get them out. Japan Air 639 Heavy, runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Brilliant. Got a bit of a traffic jam going on here.
On reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Japan Air 148 is cleared for land. For land. Northern, wasn't it? Okay. Alpha Wing 299er, runway 34 right at Charlie 2. What are you? Air China, is that?
Runway 34 right.
Air China 168, pushback approved. Expect runway 34 left.
Pushback
Japan Air 264.
left. Air China 168.
You're the next arrival in, aren't you?
Japan Air 462 Heavy on final 34 left.
Who've we got lining up? Did I say for them to line up next after a landing aircraft? No, because I don't want to force that out. Okay. Okay, let's just... Whoa. All Nippon 669 Heavy, runway 34 right, line up behind next landing aircraft. Just to make sure.
Runway 34 right.
Okay.
Line up behind next landing aircraft. All Nippon 669
Delta 296 Heavy, runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. All Nippon 41 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 right. Let's check these guys out now. All Nippon 649 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 right.
Contact departure.
Alpha Wing 287, pushback approved, expect runway 34 right. We'll get both of them pushing back. Means we're all good on pushbacks. Nobody else waiting for any clearance. Japan Air 264, runway 34 right, clear to land. Japan Air 462 Heavy, runway 34 left, clear to land. This is brilliant. I really am enjoying this stint. I may not look like it in my face, but I'm just concentrating. I am loving this. This is really good. Japan Air 51 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. Don't want this one to end, to be honest with you. So we've got a bit of a traffic jam on 34 right. We're going to focus on getting them all out first. Got All Nippon 41 Heavy, pushing back in there, 777. Then we've got 787, then a 737. Once this aircraft comes in... Oh, we've got All Nippon 648. We'll get a bunch of these lined up. It's a shame about the ambience has gone and the engine sounds have gone because it's just silent out here now, which is a big old shame.
Air China 168 with information
Okay.
Foxtrot. Requesting push and start.
Air China 168, runway 34 left at Lima 4. Get on with it.
Runway 34 left.
Right, so
Lima
now
4. Air China 168.
we should have this lot lining up and getting ready. Yep, there we go. Okay, so they're going to taxi on. We've got a while before 648 Heavy gets in. So come on, get off the runway. Japan Air 148. Taxi to ramp via Juliet. Yep, because you're going all the way around there. That's fine.
Japan Air 148.
Okay, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you off the runway yet? Oh, come on. All Nippon 669 Heavy, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. They're just about off the runway.
Cleared for takeoff on reaching
All Nippon 699 Papa Heavy, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
669er Heavy.
Yeah, we've got time for that arrival yet. We can get another one out. Actually, Alpha Wing 799, runway 34 right, line up and wait. Let's get both of them on. Get both of them on.
Ground. All Nippon 41 Heavy ready to taxi.
And then we can get 648 Heavy to go around if needs be. Oh, are they going to behave themselves there? Because I've cleared that big and... Yeah, they should be fine.
Ground, Japan Air 333 Heavy with information Foxtrot.
They're not a fan of each other, are they? Oh, God, they like a little wiggle about it, don't they?
322 Heavy on final 34 right.
Ground, Japan Air 51 Heavy ready to taxi.
Okay. They're just about to rotate now.
Ground, Japan
Okay,
Air
cool.
655 Heavy with information Foxtrot. Requesting
All
push
Nippon,
and start.
no. Alpha Wing 799 and runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. God, they roll really far to line up, don't they?
Runway 34 right. Clear for immediate
That was really strange.
takeoff. Reaching altitude 1000. Contact departure. Alpha Wing 799.
787's ready to go. Alpha Wing 299, runway 34 right, line up behind next landing aircraft. This is how you cram departures out, everybody.
Runway 34 right. Line up behind next landing aircraft.
This is how you do
Alpha
it.
299.
Yeah, we've got time. We have got plenty of time. As soon as they rotate, we're going to start the command.
With information Foxtrot. Requesting push and start.
And up. Okay. All Nippon 699 and Papa Heavy, runway 34 right, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Bye-bye.
Runway 34 right.
All Nippon 648 Heavy, runway 34 right, cleared to land.
1000. Contact departure.
Banging, that's how we do it.
699
Big fan of that.
Heavy.
Proud of myself.
Runway 34 right.
Japan Air 51
Clear
Heavy,
to
runway
land.
34 left at
Nippon
Alpha 3.
648 Heavy.
Air China 168, runway 34 left, cleared for immediate takeoff upon reaching altitude 1000, contact departure. Japan Air 264, taxi to ramp via Juliet. Japan Air 462 Heavy, taxi to ramp via Whiskey. Alpha Wing 287, runway 34 right at Charlie 2. All Nippon 649 Heavy, runway 34 right via Charlie. All Nippon 41 Heavy, runway 34 right via Charlie. All Nippon 271 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 right. Japan Air 655 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 34 left. Big list of commands.
Runway 34 left at Alpha 3.
I think we've done
Japan
alright
Air
there.
51 Heavy.
Runway 34 left. Cleared for immediate
Starflyer
takeoff.
88,
Reaching
enter final
altitude
runway
1000.
34 left.
Contact departure. Air China 168.
Starflyer 88, runway 34 left, cleared to land.
Taxi to ramp. Via
Okay.
Juliet. Japan Air 264.
Taxi to ramp.
Japan Air
via
51
Whiskey.
Heavy, runway 34
Japan
left,
Air
cleared for immediate
462
takeoff upon
Heavy.
reaching altitude 1000, contact departure.
Runway
And there is
34
648 Heavy in
right.
without any major dramas.
Runway
See,
34 right.
we did alright there, didn't we?
All
I think that's going to be the end of this
649
episode, actually, everybody, because this has gone on for quite a while now, nearly an hour-long episode this time. But I love this airport. It's so cool. Don't know what was happening with the size of that tag there, but this is an absolutely awesome place. Really awesome place is Tokyo, and like I say, when you run it with 3-4 as the runways, it's actually quite easy to do. You've just got to be careful about who's coming in and where, and what taxiways you put them on. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and hope you did too. Obviously, it's always good to come back to these games. And I forgot to mention earlier on, obviously, this episode is sponsored by Energist Design as well. This is one of their airports, and they very kindly donate these airports to me, or provide me with the airports, I should say, so I can play with them and obviously show you guys. So don't forget, there will be an affiliate link in the description, and you can join their Discord as well to keep up to date with all their products. Thank you once again to Energist Design. It's fantastic to have your support. Anyway, that's all from me here at Tokyo Haneda. Hope you've enjoyed this airport just as much as I have. Hopefully we'll be back here again very soon, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode.